That's pretty dang cool. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I see that we are live all over the internet, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, X, Rumble. Share this out. We're going to dive into some things that I don't know if you guys have actually paid attention to. So we're going to cover a couple things, and we're going to chat about, well, what can we do? Because I want to know your guys' opinion, and whether you guys are on Facebook or TikTok or wherever you're at. How we doing, family? I see you over there on TikTok, guys. As you can tell, I am in my new setup with TikTok Studio, so we don't have people in the boxes, but we're gonna definitely have some fun. How we doing, Lady Dottie? Share this out. I am using TikTok Studio, so the algorithm does not like me. We actually have to force it to the For You page because it will not go there by itself. So we're gonna have a conversation, probably about an hour and a half. We'll see what happens. But I do want to have a conversation with people and get into this young man. Of course, as everybody knows, we do not know who this is, and there's plenty of information out there floating about Sebastian Rogers, and I'm gonna pull up a picture here shortly of his missing flyer, and we're gonna have a conversation. Family, I appreciate you. And guys, I know there's a lot of people live. So I don't expect it to be too big of a conversation, but I do want to get this out there and have the conversation. I should have just did this earlier. So this is a screen capture of that photograph. And yeah, so we're gonna have a couple conversations. Family, it's good to not want to go live all the time. As you can see, now we're kind of in this is more my speed. This is more the setup that I like. I'm not really familiar with the TikTok live setup, but because I was able to get a stream key, now I'm able to actually take this and push it to all the platforms that I broadcast to, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, and guys, all the links to my profiles are up in my bio. So, but we have people watching on X, on Facebook, and any updates yet, fam? Nope, nothing yet. But we're gonna have a conversation about it. I think it's worthwhile having the conversation. What and the topic of conversation that we have that I actually put out as my live stream description is how can we make a change? How can we be the change that we want? Because a couple of weeks ago when we were on live, I said I'm going to write an app. I said I'm gonna do something that needs to be done, and we need to update the Amber Alert system. I do, and I've been playing and I've been toying with the idea quite a bit, and I've quietly just been writing the code necessary to do so. And I mean, so yeah, so we're gonna go, but right there. So this is where I do most of my coding. This is where I've been developing this program and actually working towards really focusing on doing things that are constructive to so I've been focusing mainly on the constructive portion of it. So we're going to stop that. I'm actually going to show you the other. So right there. So as you can see, law enforcement system, this is the law enforcement side of the system. Of course, they're going to have a dashboard, and not everything's tied together yet, so we're still working on it. And then of course you're going to have the case management side, and then they're going to be able to create their cases over here. By doing it this way and by coding it, we're actively able to assist law enforcement's. What are you talking about? This is a system that I'm creating. And the guys, we need to have the conversations have all been around trying to locate Sebastian. And that's been the main topic of conversation. But as we can tell with what we with this photo, had this app been written, we could have ran facial recognition within an app and known within 30 seconds as to whether or not that was Sebastian Rogers. That's why I'm showing you guys the system that I'm already writing, because I want to actually create solutions so we don't continue to have all this menagerie and people going out and about and talking about, oh, well, did they notify law enforcement? Well, this picture could have been taken on that app. It would have been sent to law enforcement right away. Plus, it would have dialed 911 if it was greater than 95% match. You saw this picture yesterday. Has he been seen of since? No. We don't have any confirmation from law enforcement as to whether or not this is him. So it's not. Yeah, there's a lot of people that aren't happy about it, but the reality is it's going to take time. There's warrants that have to be executed. There are things that have to go into place. There has to be cooperation between the two states. So it's not just going to be all of a sudden we saw this picture and 4 days later we're going to have answers. No, we got this picture. It was sent to law enforcement that evening or later on that day. Once that, and then 24 hours later, this photo appeared on the internet. There is time schedules, and there's things that everybody we all want things done fast. But the reality is law enforcement doesn't work that fast. They never have, never will. The only time they're working fast is if there's an active scenario where they have to be there to save somebody's life. In regards to like what happened in Charlotte yesterday with 4 U.S. Marshals that were taken out. So, is there a reason we need to have this conversation? Yes. Is it going to be the most comfortable conversation? No. But at least focus on the things that are being accomplished, and focus on the things that we can actually change. Because quite honestly, I'm tired of waiting for law enforcement. I'm tired of waiting for the federal government to come and rescue me. Quite honestly, I'm tired of seeing inefficient systems being used by law enforcement. Right now, we have some of the most cutting edge technology at our fingertips that we can run in right into an app and be able to identify a child and actually bring the false positives down to almost zero. The reality is most people don't want to have those conversations. Most people think that, oh, it's just going to be one way or another. Law enforcement should be tracking every lead. Is the FBI or the U.S. Marshals involved? Yes, they are. There's a variety of, and apparently, according to what TBI has put out, apparently so is the Secret Service. Why they would be involved without there being financial crimes, I don't know. But obviously, they know more than we do. So, but yeah, and I mean, honestly, with the app that I've been talking about building, and I'm currently in the development stages of building. If this picture would have been taken, that child if it was Sebastian, would have been identified. And that's the whole premise. If you as a creator, or if you as an individual could go out and actually say, you know what, we're gonna find, we saw this person, you could have taken a picture and uploaded it to AI or to basically facial recognition software, this would have been identified right away. As far as other individuals that have this in their Facebook profile as being a story, right now I'm doing a reverse check to actually see if we can find this child around this date and time in their story or in their Facebook profiles. Don't know. That's the thing that we have to understand. And guys, please share this out. This TikTok studio, they do not like people actually using this. They give more preference to people on their telephones and on their phones. So we actually have to get pushed into the algorithm just for it to get pushed out. So I'd appreciate it if people actually did. That way we can actually get this out and actually have these conversations, because things have to happen. Hello, Sheila Dean. So, what else are you guys? We can go like that for now, and I'm doing all right. Just hanging in there and trying to get pushed out to the algorithm so we can actually have these conversations. Do I believe it's him? I think there's a greater than 90% chance. No, there's not. But I wanted to jump on and actually talk about this photo, and I actually brought something up just so people, if they need to see something, there we can just go like this, and boom, there's all the stuff that can't be changed. The See all the stuff in the gray area here, where it says iPhone 14 Pro Max. That's stuff that can't be changed, and nobody has. And like was said in multiple lives, nobody has time to. And in the main post, nobody actually has time to go and change metadata. So, but and quite honestly, I don't know too many people that are actually being able to bring stuff like this up and have the conversation necessary. And I mean, I'm pushing out right now. I'm on multiple platforms all at the same time, so we're not just on TikTok. We're actually streaming right now to YouTube, to Facebook, Twitch, X, Rumble, and of course to TikTok. So yeah, and that's the thing. This individual does not look scared. Looks comfortable. I if it wasn't him, and again, guys, we don't know that it is him, but we definitely want to believe that that is Sebastian Rogers. And there's enough precursors to actually give us a good feeling that that's who he is. But we'll see. Oh, we only have 19 people in here. Come on. Let's get that up to. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of there's so much information out there, guys. And like I said, if we can talk about this until we're blue in the face, whether it's him, whether it's not. The fact of the matter is we need to actually come up with solutions so this long length of time doesn't pass. We need to come up with solutions so if a child goes missing, we're able to actually go and if somebody sees him, they can take a picture of him and it's automatically uploaded to the law enforcement to verify whether or not it's that child or not. So we can talk until we're blue in the face, but there's very few people that are actually looking at it from a fact standpoint and actually a forward thinking standpoint because this does teach us a lot of lessons that need to be learned not only from a parent standpoint but from a law enforcement and an outside people that are watching this. There's a lot of things to be learned. he was classified as a runaway at first, and then he got classified as a missing child. Why wasn't he classified as a missing child first? Questions that need to be answered. Why weren't people notified fairly shortly of the things that were going on? You would think that there, guys, I'm creating one. I'm not waiting for other people. I'm not waiting for the government. I'm not waiting for things like that. I already have a good portion of the program already written. How we doing, Loretta? I see that you popped in here. So, guys, Uvalde, it deals with school incidents, and they're not cut out to be dealing with a situation like this. And even the founder said, we're not cut out for searches like this where there's evidence of criminality. In his opinion, he is a server at a restaurant. He said, I'm not an expert. We're going to leave it to the experts. So that's why for me it's all about making sure that we're able to have the conversation that's necessary. Because I mean, quite honestly, if we had this system that I'm in the process of writing up and running, and guys, it's very costly to develop a system that's this inclusive. If I had this finished and that photo from over here was taken, we would have already had a facial recognition match. That's a reason I feel like there needs to be a priority put to actually developing a system that works not only for law enforcement but for civilians as well. If your child's missing, you hit two buttons, you're dialing 911, their profile's in the hands of the police department. The only thing that the police department need is they need to come out to your house, get what was the last clothes he was wearing, and that information confirm, Amber Alert's out right away. That's how fast it should be. So let's say 15, 20 minutes max. Why are we waiting? And the Amber Alert didn't go out till later that day. Why? Here in North Carolina, I was talking to a couple of the cops around here. They said it takes an average of 4 hours for an Amber Alert to go out. Okay, Sheila, can you state that again? I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to say. This system is not law enforcement, or this system is not with Walmart, but that's what the whole purpose is behind this. Is it's to give parents the tools to not only take care of their kids by A, reporting their child missing if their child goes missing, B, allowing them to use the facial recognition. So if you're in a situation, that's great. She can here's what we're going to go back to here. And if it was an edited photo, the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max, it wouldn't be the exact same. So, I mean, people can think what they want. They can say what they want. The reality is there's enough photographic evidence to, I appreciate that. That was cool. Okay. Yeah. So when you go into Walmart, they have face systems, and then when you go to the door, yeah. But yeah, and that's why I tell people invite people to come in here and actually sit down and have these conversations where somebody like myself who actually does photography for a living and actually has done quite a bit of this. I mean, you look there's nothing edited about this. You can't edit precision. That there's too much precision here. And that's, I mean, honestly, guys, that's why I want to have these conversations. I want to get this out there and build an actual community that wants to actually get behind somebody who wants to do something about the missing children epidemic and figure out a way to assist law enforcement and the parents and the community at large. Because that's the only way we're actually going to be able to move forward. We have to have the community has to get behind everything that's going on. And I'm going to edit this so we can actually. I'm going to pull it up there a little bit. Okay. Okay. Yep. There it goes. But I moved this up so we can hit all the critical points in this photograph. And then we're going to also come here. So yeah, so we see this. So let's so if the person was run that's that parking lot that pickup truck would be you so we're gonna pull this. Okay, see we're gonna switch over to this photo here. So you see where your the white van, blue truck, the red, I think that's a red Grand Prix, a white Ford Escort or whatever that is. So if we look at that, that is that is right here. If you look right in here, that's the parking lot there that it's in. How can we tell that? Because here's the driftwood. The driftwood's in the right spot. We can see the shape of the rock there. We're gonna pull this. There's that sharp rock. There's that upturned rock, and your two flat stones. Upturned rock, and it looks like there's one there, but there's two there. There's that as well. So, guys, this was taken right here. the angle is of this parking lot. And this image was taken in 2017. So this is not what it looks like right now. They're like, let's just put that out there very, very quickly. This is the area in which that picture was taken. And if I had to guess, it's going to be right in here. So no, I'm talking about this picture from Google Maps, the one that's on the screen right now. So I'm going to move this banner out of the way because I want you guys to actually see that. Sorry about that. But right down here it says image capture October 2017. Yeah, so I mean there's so much stuff. I mean even the angle. Yeah. So I mean even the angle looks right. Of course we see the Google car. So they were talking about the two poles that looked kind of crazy. Oh yeah, let's. You mean like those ones? You have light there, light there, light there, light there, light there. People that work here say that there's more than 50 of them. So surveillance camera. I don't know if you see this right here, but that's a surveillance camera. So guys, all this stuff is captured. There's not a bit of it that doesn't have camera footage. And of course, this is from 2017. This is not today. So there's more than likely going to be a heck of a lot more cameras that are visible on other photos. But this area is paid parking now. So yeah. This photo would have been taken. Let's see. Let's see if they can. So. Oh, how about that? And this photo was taken, let's take a look, 2023. So it's going to look a little bit different. And this is not going to give me as much access, but So, yeah. So, we're having a conversation about this child and this picture. And people were talking about how they felt like it was photoshopped and all that stuff. So I had to bring along some backup. Right there's when we're talking about pictures, guys. If you're gonna say it's created by AI, at least make sure that the picture that it's associated with doesn't have all the information necessary to validate whether or not it's AI. I know, and please, guys, share this out. This child, we don't know who that child is, but he is showing similarities to looking like Sebastian Rogers, who is a 15-year-old boy missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's a better picture, anyways. So, so yeah, and just so people can see, there has been no new updates there, and then of course Twitter, they're working on they're bringing more and more pictures, different people. So, guys, so this is, yeah. So the latest post in regards to Sebastian Rogers on there is, a search for Sebastian Rogers continues and remains ongoing. So that's the only statement that they have put out yet. I am going to send a message via X and the other platforms to TBI and see if they care to comment in regards to the status of that photo and whether or not they've said yay or nay. So, but maybe it's not, maybe it's just not the right time to go live, but yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys showing up, and you know, maybe later on tonight I'll go live and actually have this conversation, because there's only 9 people in here, and it's not really, I want to have the conversation when we have several hundred people. That way we can get more input than just a few. But I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys showing up. And if you do want to have that conversation or you want to know what we're doing, yeah, literally, I don't. So on all the other platforms, I have quite a few. But in regards to TikTok, and there's only 8 people in here on TikTok. And I've covered a lot of this, catching people up in regards to the Sebastian Riders case already this morning. So I want to have the conversation, and I want to make sure that you guys are able to join in. And I mean, honestly, yeah, I appreciate you guys showing up. And I think honestly we need to build. And if anybody wants to see what I'm doing, see what I'm talking about, go check out the links in my bio. And you'll understand a lot more in regards to it. And I'll put out a video as well. So talk to you guys soon.